individuals. In my previous studies, I saw a separation. But in my previous studies, they were all 6 months. I've never run. I mean, this is the longest study that's been done. So it may be that at 6 months, there's just not enough volume of exercise yet. It may take more than 6 months. So at 6 months, we didn't, actually, we've not really looked. We looked at the average between 6 and 12. Just that was our plan, is that we didn't expect it to keep on increasing. We thought we'd get the bump, and then whatever you get, that's what you keep. So we didn't expect a linear increase from 6 to 12, because all of my work had shown by 6 months, you're good. You're going to show benefits. So that's why we wanted to do that. But it's possible, though, that it needs more time doing this, more hours to make a difference. So, you think about sedentary folks and what happens to the body when you are sedentary for long periods of time. It takes time for your heart to get in disrepair. It takes time for your vessels to get in disrepair. It takes time for your multiple biological systems to start breaking down because of wear and misuse. So, of course, it's going to take more time to repair these systems. And the longer it's been since you've been healthy, the longer it may take to restore health to those systems. And so, one idea is that it's the 12 months. It's taking longer. And if we had given, in my previous study, both groups at 12 months, maybe we would have saw an equal change over time. So to think about that, in my previous studies, I had aerobic exercise and stretching. So by definition, aerobic has more volume by month 6. More breaths have been taken, more heart. The heart has beat a lot more times. The frequency has been higher for 6 months because they are on a high intensity. So maybe we just didn't give the stretching and balance group time. That's one. But number 2, we have this really improved composite score that really gives us a good sense of how the participant is doing. And I have not gone back and applied the same composite score to my earlier data. And maybe I would say the same thing. And so we have a lot of work to do. This study is, the data analysis is not finished. And we hope to understand this more. So, for example, we're taking this ADNI group, the comparison group, who got worse over 1 year. We're looking at their brain volume now to see if they had atrophy over 1 year. This is not what I'm reporting, but in EXERT, we looked at brain atrophy. There is none for 12 months. That is not the natural course of this disease. They should have had atrophy, especially in the hippocampal region. We see none. And so we're going to say, well, we didn't see any, but maybe it's just not long enough. But so we're going to look at ADNI. And if we see change in ADNI, it'll make us feel more comfortable that we really are protecting them with each kind of exercise, not the other question that, maybe your neurologist colleagues might say is, how do you know there was just no effect? And my answer to that is, if both groups had declined, okay, both groups had declined, both EXERT groups had declined, and there was no difference between them, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because we would know they declined, there's no benefit, but they didn't decline. And so we've got, very rich data that will help us try to figure out why not. And right now, our working hypothesis is it's the exercise and the social support.